Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Finally back with another video. Have a little bit of time today. I have an off day, so let's get right into this today. Last time our slip did end up hitting, if I'm not mistaken. We did have a stretch just recently though, right at the end of July. We had 3 sweeps in 5 days. We did it again. We did that way back in like March or something, where we had 3 sweeps in 5 days. Did the same thing just a few days ago. So we've been kind of red hot. Excuse me. Yesterday we'd start off with just barely missing on 2 guys yesterday. But I got a huge slate today that not a huge slate, but I got 5 picks today that I'm loving today. 4 pitchers and 1 hitter, so let's get right into it. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $20 free just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, today's lock of the day is going to be Charlie Morton under 6.5 strikeouts today. I'm liking this line a lot. Honestly, there's a couple guys that probably really could have been lock of the day, but I'm just loving this Morton line a lot today. He's taking on the Phillies today. The Phillies sit at 14th on the season in overall times getting struck out per game, which is, right around that middle of the pack. So a team that really doesn't get struck out that much, but, sometimes maybe has a game or two where they do get struck out a couple times. That's not the case here, though, with Charlie. He's actually matched up against the Phillies this year 3 times, and in all 3 of those games, he's gone well under that 7 strikeout range. He's had 4, 5, and 5. He would need to get to 7 today. I don't see that happening today versus the Phillies. And he hasn't never gone more than 5 innings versus the Phillies either, so he's not really in there for a very long time. It doesn't get a whole lot of strikeouts versus this Phillies team, and this Philly team doesn't allow a whole lot of strikeouts. So I'm liking Charlie Morton under 6.5 strikeouts today. We start getting to that 7-8 range for strikeouts. That's when I really start to, think about it, that if I'm going to go into 7-8 range with somebody on strikeouts, it's a guy that's got to pitch a lot of innings. And Charlie Morton has not proved in the past that he'll go more than 5, so I'm liking Charlie Morton today under 6.5 strikeouts. All right, next up we're going to take Chris Bassett over 5.5 strikeouts. This one is contradicting a little bit what I normally do. What I like to do normally with pitchers and strikeouts is I take the teams that are the most struck out and the teams that are the least struck out, match them up with those pitchers, and kind of work it from there. Today, Bassett is taking on a least struck out team in Washington. Washington, believe it or not, is the second least struck out team in the league. They only get struck out about 7 times a game. But in recent play, they've been one of the most struck out teams in the league. In their last 3 games, they've been struck out 9 times per game. They just took on DeGrom yesterday, who only played 5 innings, and he had 6 strikeouts in just 5 innings yesterday. Chris Bassett is a guy that has potential to kind of go long. He's also a top 30 strikeout pitcher in the league, so he's a guy that does get a lot of strikeouts. And even more on top of that, in their last matchup, he did get 8 strikeouts the last time he did play this Washington team. He's a guy that can go 7 innings. He's a guy that can touch 100 pitches. He's definitely a guy that can kind of drag it out a little bit if he starts to get a little close there. It's going to go a little bit against the numbers, which is not what I like to do, but he has shown success. Washington has shown recently that they are kind of getting struck out a lot more than normal. I think their average sits around really low 7s, and right now they're right around really 9 highs. So well above their average of what they normally do. So give me Chris Bassett. All right, next up, we're going to go with the Wheeler and the Dealer again. We're going to go with Zach Wheeler. Just funny enough, because I think my last video, Wheeler was the lock of the day in that one, and he's pitching again today. We're going to go with him, though. He's over 6.5 strikeouts. He's going to be taking on ATL. He's taking on Atlanta, who is the 3rd most struck out team in the league. In their last 3 games recently, Atlanta is also staying around their average, so they're staying as one of the most struck out teams in the league. He's also played, Zach has played Atlanta 2 times this season where he's had 8 strikeouts and 10 strikeouts. Obviously, Wheeler, one of the most elite strikeout pitchers in the league, taking on one of the most teams that gets struck out the most in Atlanta. This one is an easy one, just like how it was last week with Pittsburgh. Give me Zach Wheeler today over 6.5 strikeouts. Pretty easy on that one. All right, next up, we're going to go with Tyler Alexander. This one is a little bit of a risky play. We're going to go under on 3.0 strikeouts. You guys know that I don't like doing 0.0 strikeouts because I don't like pushes, but I'm really liking this one today. Tyler's taking on Minnesota. Minnesota is a team that does not get struck out very often. In recent play, they're actually sitting in 4th right now as the least struck out team in the league. And on the season, they're sitting in that top 10 range as well. They are sitting at 10th. So they're a team that really does not get struck out very often. They're taking on Tyler Alexander, who on the year in 5 starts has only thrown 10 strikeouts. He's not a guy that really strikes out a whole lot. He's only started 5 games. He doesn't throw for very long either. He's throwing right about 3.5, like average innings right now. He's never gone over 5. I guess he technically threw for 5 and then got one more out and then got pulled. So he technically one time did go over. But he took on a lot of good teams. He took on the Yankees. He took on the Dodgers. Today's taking on Minnesota, who's another playoff team. They lead the American League Central, not the greatest division in the world, but they lead that division. So he's taking on another team that's a playoff team. So I don't expect him to be able to throw long today. And I don't think he's going to get 3 strikeouts versus a team that doesn't get struck out very often. So this one is a little bit of a risky play, but I'm going to take Tyler Alexander today, under 3.0. I'm going to go with the numbers. He's only gone over in his strikeouts 1 time. Like I said, in 5 starts, he's had 1 strikeout, 1 strikeout, 2 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, and 4 strikeouts. So only 1 time in 5 starts has he gone over. So I'm liking this one a lot. It is a riskier play because the number is so low, but give me Tyler Alexander under 3.0 strikeouts. And our hitter of the day is going to be kind of I'm not going to say a nobody, but a guy that just got called up to the majors. Give me Charles LeBlanc today. He just got called up, and in 4 games, he is actually connected on all 4 games. He's at least gotten 1 hit in all 4 games, and actually 2 of those games he got 2 hits. Sits at 9th in the order. So he's a guy that sits at the bottom of the order. Yesterday, I did take a guy that was 9th in the order and ended up hitting a home run yesterday. Can't remember what his name was. I think he paid for the Pirates or something like that, but he was 9th in the order and he hit a home run. So it's possible to take a guy that's at the bottom of the order and expect him to get a hit. In all 4 of his games, he's at least been at bat 3 times. So he is a guy that kind of, they get through the rotation and they get to him down there at the bottom. But I'm liking his numbers here early. He's gone up against some decent pitchers. Took on the Mets in his first 2 games and still got hits against the Mets. And then took on Cincinnati those last 2 games. Has gotten hits against Cincinnati. Today he takes on Mike Minor, who's the worst statistical pitcher at the mound today. So if he's hit against better pitchers than Mike Minor, I'm expecting him to get a hit today. Gonna go with a guy that hasn't shown a whole lot so far, but in his 4 games that he's been in the majors, he has done well. So I'm gonna go with Charles LeBlanc today, over 0.5 hits. We just need him to connect on 1 hit today. All right, so that means you guys know what time it is. It's perfect 3 slip time and perfect 5 slip time. My 3 favorite picks today for the perfect 3 slip are going to be the lock of the day: Charlie Morton under 6.5 strikeouts. Give me Chris Bassett over 5.5 strikeouts, and give me the wheeler and the dealer, Zach Wheeler, over 6.5 strikeouts for today's perfect 3 slip. Then we'll rotate right over into today's perfect 5 slip, which is the 3 slip of Morton, Bassett, and Wheeler. Then we're going to go ahead and add the 2 unknown guys, the 2 guys that have not played too much so far this season. But give me Tyler Alexander under 3.0 strikeouts, and give me Charles LeBlanc to get just 1 hit today versus Mike Minor to round out today's perfect 5 slip. All right, guys, with that being said, gonna wrap up today's video. Next off day will be Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, Saturday or Sunday, one of those 2. So I'll try to put out a video one of those 2 days. I'm also going to try to see if I can't find out a way. I found a way to look at stats the day before for the following day's games. So I'm going to see if I can't try to make videos now that we're getting into the August range. Our first preseason game is tomorrow, so we get some professional football tomorrow back in the NFL starting up tomorrow. The Ravens play a week from tomorrow. And then we really start to get rolling into the preseason, start seeing some guys, start seeing some young players, start seeing some people start to play. And that's exciting to see football back. But with us rolling into August, I'm going to try to post videos, emphasis on the try to post daily videos now that I've figured out how to look at baseball stats the day before. And then I'll post videos based upon lines that are out early. And then if I need to change them, I'll move it up on Instagram and change them on Instagram, or if lines aren't out, I'll put them up on Instagram later. But I'm going to try to give it a shot. I know I haven't been able to post this summer, which is a bummer. You guys, I know probably some people probably thought I've just fallen off the planet or whatever. I've been active every single day on Instagram. I've been posting all my slips all on Instagram. I just haven't been able to make videos. I haven't had the time right now. Our baby is expected to be here, and his due date is less than 7 weeks, so we're getting really close to him being here. So I've just been working really hard to try to get a lot of stuff ready for him. But I'm going to try in the month of August to try to put some more videos. But I've definitely blabbered on for way too long, so I will catch you guys next time. Peace.